Then if you leave the cloth on top, it will be good. So then tie the thighs with the body of the deity, of the original body of the deity, and tie it tightly. You do not tie it loosely, tie it tightly in a shoelace knot so that you can remove and use the same rope for later. Now is the next part of it, where when you see humans sitting, there is, people do not sit gracefully all the time. People sit very casually, and it's always a very laid back posture for normal people. But in the case of deities and the Agama scriptures, the forms of deities are always described as very graceful and very majestic postures. So even if a deity is sitting, they won't be sitting in a very casual, laid back posture. They would be sitting very royally, very majestically, and very gracefully. So how do we bring that effect? So when a normal person sits, their thighs are closer to the waist. For example, their kneecap, their knees are closer to the waist. Now, if you are sitting in a very elegant posture, for example, if you are done with a puja and you are sitting in the Kundalini Dhyan that Swamiji is giving, when your back is erect and when you are sitting in the Padmasana, you will feel that your legs will not be like this. Your legs will be like this. It will be more outwards. You should understand? Your leg was here earlier, now it is coming more outwards and inside. More outside and now inside. Okay, so more towards your right and then inside to make it more precise. Now when you do that, you get a triangle effect here. Exactly here, you will get a triangle effect from the waist to the knees, back to the ankles, and then back to the thigh and the waist connection point, the joint point. You will get a triangle, a proper triangle. So when you get that triangle, that means you have done it correctly. And now, how do we tie this part? See, we can't leave the leg just to be sitting there. It won't sit. It will move back. Its tendency is to move back, but we need to bring it here. So what do we do for that? Is we tie it back towards here. See, you do not tie it here. You tie it here. Okay. And here you tie and you take it under the thighs. Do not take it above the thighs. Take it under the thighs and tie it to the same rope with which you have tied the thighs to the waist. So you get a proper triangle effect. Now the leg will stand. It will not move. Now if you try to move, it won't go. It will stay. And you again get the triangle effect. This triangle effect. Now we will be doing the next other leg. And there are various sitting postures of deities that we can find. It's not just that always we need to only sit in Sukhasana or Padmasana, the same postures, but there are various postures that you can describe the scenery that is happening. For example, if it is the scenery of Devi worshipping Shiva, then of Devi worshipping Paramashiva, then you will have to make Devi look like she is in a very shy posture, or she is in a very prayerful posture. So how do we create that feeling? Then Devi won't be sitting like this. She won't surely be sitting in a Sukhasana or a Padmasana. She will be sitting in a very shy posture. So, but she'll be sitting. So sitting doesn't just mean that it is one posture where you sit with your both legs folded. It can mean many other postures too. Now as we are tying this, almost ready. And there you go. So then take the other leg out. Have it always ready with you. And you can see the other leg. I have it ready. and then you fix the left feet into this and you tie it. Okay. If you want, you can have an assistant with you so that you are able to tie it well. But if you do not have it, so you have the other leg, and again you need to thicken the thighs always. Okay, so you can see that this leg is going like this, it's going in the same shape, and here it's too thin, so you need to make it thicker. So take another sari, and as I was telling yesterday, please remember to use old saris so that you can maintain a very good usage of your old saris, the deity's old saris. Do not use your old saris. Please do not use your old saris. They are not to be used for deities. And now you go on rotating. And do not expect that once you set a leg that it would be in the same position forever. You will always need to be redoing it. Whenever you do a Kattumurti, always remember that it is just temporary. Once you remove it, you should always be able to do it again whenever you need. Okay. So let me get into this. And there you go. You have come to the thigh now. Once you come to the thigh, you have to again rotate it twice or thrice. Okay, this is enough. Now go back down again. Come down again. Remember to do it tightly. Don't do it loosely. If you do it loosely, then unfortunately you will have to miss on the firmness and stiffness, which will again that will make it that you will have to redo the Kattumurti. Now we are ready with the leg, the other leg. So again the same rule, put it through here. Okay. And again tie it under the cloth. You can see we are tying it under the cloth again, and tie the other leg up. Okay, and now again bring it out towards the left and inside. Okay, and please remember to tie it. See, tying this point is not compulsory, but if you don't do it, what may happen is that if you are taking the deity on a procession, or if somebody by mistake taps the deity or hits the deity by accident, then the leg's position may change, and I'm sure we do not want that. So best to always tie. Remember, in please remember that in Alankaram, the best thing to do is to always tie anything, whether it's the flowers or whether it's the sticks or whether it's the leg or the jewels or anything. Make sure you always tie it so that nothing falls down. So As I was telling you, both the sticks, if you can look very closely, both the sticks have come to an equal length. Now, if I remove the stick, what will happen? Let's see. Legs will stand. But as I go on putting the flowers, this will start falling down. This will start falling down. And what will happen is, when you look from down, you won't be able to see the thighs. You will only be able to see up to the calf muscles to the knees. So, when we give the support of the stick here, the thighs will will rise. The thighs will be higher. In that sense, the stick is needed. So this is what we have learned today of how do we make a basic Sukhasana posture for Swamiji sitting. For any deity, if you want to make them sit in Sukhasana or Padmasana, this is the best posture you can do, and it's a very easy way. Okay. So this is what we have learned in today's class, where we have learned how do we tie the legs of a deity, how do we tie the extra legs to a deity, to a standing deity, to make it look like the deity is sitting in Sukhasana or Padmasana. So on further classes from tomorrow, we will be looking into specific pictures and we will be replicating those pictures into the deity. So by doing that, it becomes a very easy method, where when we always start, as Swamiji has taught us, that when you use a reference picture and you follow that picture dicto, every single inch, when you follow according to that picture, then you will be able to grasp the science of Kattumurti, and within some time, if any picture is given to you, or you create a picture in your head of how you want it to be, you will be able to replicate it easily on the deity. It will just be a piece of cake for you. So this is what we have learned today. How do we make Swamiji sit in Sukhasana? So for today's classwork, for all the viewers, is that you go online and you find 5 different types of sitting postures of any deity. Let it be Shiva, Paramashiva, or Devi, or Vishnu, or Subramanya, Ganesha, Rama, Swamiji, any deity's picture, 5 different sitting postures. Now we have done the Sukhasana or the Ardha Padmasana, and you can go on to finding various different pictures. For example, we have the Tapas Kamakshi deity in Ekambareshwar temple in Kanchipuram, and that deity is sitting in an embracing posture with the Shivalinga. And for example, our Nithyanandeshwara, he is sitting with one leg hanging down and one leg folded. So these are various different postures that you can find, and any deity's 5 pictures, you name them with the posture that they are sitting in, and you will tag it with the Kattumurti Alankaram series and Kailasa. So I am reminding again, today's classwork is that you find 5 different sitting postures of any deity from any temple or any god, and you will post them in your Facebook with the name of that posture, tagging Kattumurti Alankaram series and tagging Kailasa. So with this, we come to the end of today's session, and I thank you all for joining us today and watching and learning this Kattumurti Alankaram series with us. Let's end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri